Today, I am celebrating 32 years with my kidney transplant. I can hardly believe that it's been 32 years. And yet, even while that is an amazing feat, in the world of transplantation, I know that there are people who have been transplanted longer. I'm in a few Facebook groups and I've seen people being transplanted, late 30s and 40 years. And I've even seen two that have been transplanted for 50 years or 52 years. It's incredible. It's just amazing what technology has been able to do for us. Aloha, friend. If you are new here, thank you so much for being here. And if you're not new, welcome back. My name is Gina Marisa, and on this channel, I share kind of my journey of organ transplantation with my kidney. And I share tips and tricks that I have discovered along the way that have helped me to really thrive in my life so that I can really enjoy my second chance at life. So, 32 years ago, I wouldn't have even been able to share this video with you, which is just, again, technology. It's just incredible. And I knew nothing about transplantation. So, the fact that I didn't know anything and I was super naive, I think somewhat helped in the fact that I have been able to keep my kidney healthy for so long. At the same time, the very first thing that I decided and keep with me daily is the fact that I want to do everything I can to keep my kidney as healthy as possible. That's always at the top of my mind in anything that I do. Kidney comes first, then everything else. So I just want to share kind of a little bit of my journey and what it's been like for the past 32 years and why I decided to get into coaching to help you on your journey. So, again, I didn't know anything, but one of the things that I did know was when the doctor came in doing my pre-workup and was telling me about the medicines that I was going to have to be on and he said, you're going to have to take steroid and you'll probably gain 50 pounds. Like my eyeballs got really big and I was like, "What?" I am 5'2" and at the time I weighed 99 because I had lost some weight prior to the transplant. And I just said, "No way, that's not happening. I am not gonna do that." So, even before, I knew anything about mindset, I already had it in my mind that I was not gonna gain 50 pounds, and proud to say that I did not. I gained 20 pounds or 21 pounds or something when I was pregnant with my daughter, and that's the most weight that I have ever gained, and so I'm really proud of that, and I did all of the things. I was going for my labs, I was taking my medications on time. I had to wash my fruits and vegetables in the beginning, because of the contamination. But eventually those things kind of drop off and you don't have to do that anymore, which is nice. Also, the first year I was keeping track of my temperature and my weight every day, which was kind of a pain. But again, I was very compliant and did everything that I was supposed to do because I was super focused on keeping this kidney healthy. And so I would say probably the first 5 or 6 years were a little up and down, minor rejection episode. I had some freaky virus or something that happened. I think they decided eventually that it was cat scratch fever, but I nearly went blind in my left eye. So I was pumped with steroids and had to stay in the hospital and had to do eye drops and developed cataracts because, of course, the prednisone, it does its job, but it really has some horrible, nasty side effects. And so one of the nasty side effects that I developed was the cataracts. And I also developed osteoporosis, which fortunately, my doctor, knowing that I was on steroids, had me do my DEXA scan, checking my bones when I was, I think, 40, and, started to see some osteopenia, and it did develop into osteoporosis. But happy to say, in the past couple of years, when I went back and did some more testing, that is now gone. And I do believe that that is due to all of the walking that I do, which I'm going to share a little bit about that in a bit. And also, in so that was January of 94 is when I had the transplant. And in March of 95, I had my beautiful daughter. The transplant team was not happy with me. I didn't do it on purpose. I wasn't trying to get pregnant. When I went back to see my nephrologist, he said, probably you wouldn't have gotten pregnant before the transplant, but after the transplant, apparently I became fertile myrtle. So I had my beautiful daughter, had a C-section and was not able to breastfeed. And then the following year, I got pregnant again. Unfortunately, I did lose that baby, which was kind of emotional and traumatic in ways that I wasn't prepared for. Um, and then, kind of after that, things kind of mellowed out. I guess maybe after 2000, because I think I had the cat scratch fever in 2000. And my medicine got changed a couple of times, right, to make sure they were able to level everything out. But one of the things that I've done throughout the entire time is really have that positive mindset. And so I just want to share about the power of the mind, and I have since learned how powerful the mind is, and to really, it sounds hokey to say affirmations, but one of the things that I say every morning before I get up out of bed is things are always working out for me. I think that's from Louise Hay from years ago. I love that saying. And I do really have this positive outlook on life. And I think that has just been a tremendous help. There are other things that help, of course. Your diet is super important. I recently discovered that I am pre-diabetic, which apparently is also a side effect of the steroid and not something that I knew about. So now I'll be changing the way that I eat. I really needed to incorporate more fruits and veggies into my diet anyway. So if you have any good recipes, send them my way. I'm probably gonna go more Mediterranean, so more plant-based. I don't really like a lot of red meat, and I'm not a big fish eater anyway, so that shouldn't be too difficult for me. But all of these things that you have to manage, and I would also say that you are in charge of your health. So the doctors are good at what they do, but they don't know everything. You are the owner of your body, and nobody knows your body like you do. So, really try to pay attention to what's going on. Like, are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Do you need to lay down because you're tired? And do these things. Don't try to push yourself, especially with if you're relatively new post transplant, because your body has been through this huge trauma, right? You've had this major surgery, you have a lot going on. It can be emotional and it's obviously physical, spiritual, and only you know how you feel. So communicate that to your doctor and make your doctor a partner. Ask lots of questions throughout your transplant journey. And and don't take everything at face value. So really, and that's the whole questioning thing, right? Again, doctors don't know everything, so you probably won't be told a lot about nutrition. I had to discover this on my own about how to eat, and I've learned so much now about nutrition. And so I cut out sugar years ago, the refined sugar. I would say if you can cut out refined sugar from your diet, that would be a huge big deal. And especially since the prednisone can cause diabetes, you want to make sure that you've got the glucose under control. I am also a huge proponent of movement every day. I do a lot of walking. Coming back to the osteoporosis, I think that that has made a huge difference for me. And I I it's easy, right? It's if you are mobile, walking is easy and it's free. You don't have to have a gym. So I like simple. I am at the point in my life where I want simple things. I want simple in my life and I want easy. Um yeah, so if you're going to send me those recipes, I really want like only takes 15 minutes to prep. I'm all about simple and easy. And I have also learned over the years various different techniques that have helped. Red light therapy being one. Red light therapy didn't exist 30 years ago, but so that's why I continue to learn to see what can help. I really love all the biohacking techniques and, the red light therapy being one. I now use blue light blocking glasses at night. Whoops. At night because I haven't gotten away from that particular bad habit of looking at the blue screen before I go to bed. So I use the glasses to kind of mitigate that, and definitely stay on top of your hydration, drinking the water that you're supposed to drink. And gosh, there were so many other things. I use essential oils for certain things. Like I think my daughter called the other day and said something about warts on the bottom of her feet. Well, I have plantar warts too. And in the beginning, I got them burned off. Super painful. If you haven't had that done, super painful. Oregano essential oil, put that on twice a day. Now it'll take longer, but zero pain. If I don't have to have extra pain in my life, I don't want it. So that is like one of my favorite stories about essential oils is using oregano essential oil for warts. It's fabulous. It works. And so I am always trying to learn what works for me, first of all, and then what I can share so that you can see if it works for you. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm just sharing my journey and some of the tools that I have used because some of these tools can be used by everyone. But again, some of these things might not work for you. So, in conclusion, I this is kind of a free form kind of video today, which is different than what I normally do. I usually focus on one particular thing, but I just want to say that again, the mindset part, really having a positive attitude is super important. And so I would love for you to keep that positive mindset. Of course, movement every day, and then of course, a healthy diet is going to be important in your health and the longevity of your transplanted organ. I wanted to say here too, because how beautiful the water is. I love being by the water. I'm a Pisces, so I really love being by the water. Anyway, I think that's all I kind of wanted to say right now. I just wanted to share how excited I am that I've made it to 32 years, and I wanted to celebrate here, and I hope you'll celebrate with me. And let me know in the comments How many years or months have you been transplanted? And let's share in this journey together. And I would love it if you found value in this video to give it a thumbs up. And to learn more about holistic remedies that I use in my transplant journey, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot and it's free for you. And I will see you in the next video.